Hi, my name is Marcus, and this is my third podcast. Today, I'm with John and Joshua. So, start things off. John, Josh, whoever wants to go first, tell me a little bit about yourself and how we met up, I guess.
Yeah. All right, I'll go. The three of us this past year went to the NISA program for the orchestral studies during 2019 summer. And so, like, Marcus and I obviously were in the same section. We played viola together. And then Josh also played viola, but he was on the violin section. So, yeah, I think you guys met through Justin, right? And then like somehow we ended up
Yeah.
just doing stuff together. So
Yeah,
that
that
was,
first.
but yeah. So we
That first day.
basically, what's that?
Oh, I said it was the first day. Like we all met sometime during that first day.
Yeah, that's true. I think we were like talking after the auditions, and we were like, "So how'd things go?" And then
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh yeah, Chike was rough." And then so,
Yo, yo, letter E still gives me nightmares, bro.
ooh, remember when we had to play it in front of the whole orchestra alone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was the metronome's name? Carl or something?
Yeah.
Carl, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Josh.
Well, like John said, we all met at NISA, and actually John and I were in the same chamber group. We played. What did we play? Brahms.
Brahms Sextet in B
Which
flat,
one? B
the
flat.
B
Yeah.
flat one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
That
that
was a.
was that piece fairly difficult for you guys?
I would say the parts themselves weren't like crazy difficult. It was just like getting the group to blend was really
I think
tricky.
ensemble. Definitely ensemble wise, it was a bit tricky some places.
Yeah, because it was in three, I think. But then like there were parts where people had like 3/4 and other people had 6/8,
Yeah.
and it was pretty nuts sometimes. But it was a fun piece to learn.
Yeah. Definitely.
So maybe you guys could tell me a little bit about your musical experience, like how long you've been playing your instrument.
Yeah. I started on piano when I was like 7 or 8, and that I kind of carried that through. But then I started playing viola, and since then it was mostly just like focusing on that. So I've been playing since fourth grade, about 8 years now. So it's been a while, and then I picked up violin around ninth grade or so. But I haven't played violin in a long time. So like, I can't even really call myself a violinist at this point.
Wait, and this so you played the violin, the cons. What was it? What piece did we play? And then you
Bachianas
Bachianas.
Brasileiras, yeah.
and you played the violin part.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really know why I got that part. Like I really didn't sound that good on it. I don't know, but um, I don't know. Yeah, it was fun to play that. And then after that, I was like, wow, this is interesting. I think I'll just stick to the viola. So that's about it for me.
Yeah, viola is definitely more chill.
Yeah, it's just less like worrying about if you're gonna squeak and stuff. It's a little bit better in that way, and then I don't know. It's just more fun for me to not have to worry about like all those crazy technical things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
instrument?
So I started. Or sorry
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, this Zoom delay is odd.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I was asking
Go
you,
ahead.
John. What's your favorite instrument?
um, I would say probably viola. I mean, like it's just a really cool instrument in general, and I don't know. I just enjoy it a lot. Other than that, probably like I don't know. I like the bassoon a lot. Bassoon's pretty cool. So
I, okay, Josh, you can go ahead.
All right, sure. So I started like taking violin lessons like when I was like 3, but it was like more like for fun. So I never took it seriously. Kind of fool around every class, and then around when I was in like end of third grade, I met my current teacher. He used to work in my school, and so from then on, I've kind of taken it a little more serious and devoted more time to practicing and learning. So I started with violin, and then around what's I guess like sixth grade, around that time, I took up the viola. Since in orchestra they needed violists, so I just took it up, and I've been playing both pretty evenly from then on. Yeah, it's definitely been nice to play both.
nice.
Nice. So, what have you guys been doing during quarantine to keep yourselves well and healthy?
Uh, Personally, I think
I
like, what's that?
I was gonna ask if you want to go first. Sorry, this Zoom delay at its finest.
So,
You can go.
I would say generally like just like making sure to enjoy what you're doing is really important. So like if you're not um staying active and having like a balanced lifestyle, it's not gonna go well for you. So like personally, I've been doing a lot of like outdoors activities just because it's like refreshing to not have to worry about like all work and practicing and all that. So I've been pretty consistent with like since like if I were to just sit at home and practice for like 4 hours every day and not do anything else, like I would get burned out really quickly. So what I normally do is I'll practice like 1 to 2 hours a day, and then for the rest of the day I'll either do something like that's not really like mentally taxing, or like I'll go out biking or something, or I'll go for a hike or something. So like for me it's just keeping a balance, and then like I'll do things like cooking. um, I'm not good at baking, but I can cook decently. Um, so yeah, that's basically what I've been doing.
Yeah, I've been building on my Instagram account as well. Playing the viola, dancing, cooking. It's a lot of new stuff trying out, and it's definitely a learning process for me, and I'm actually liking it. So I'm willing to put myself in different situations, such as now, to increase my confidence and just be able to say whatever and just improve, you know.
Yeah, and the food on your account looks so good. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff makes me hungry every time.
Yo, what's your favorite food to eat?
um, I don't know. Really, like I like a ton of foods. Like one of my favorites is chicken riggies. It's like chicken, pepper, um, onion, and then there's like an Alfredo sauce, and then you also mix tomato sauce in it, and it's like spicy, but also really creamy, and it's really like nice. So that's probably one of my favorites.
What
Yeah.
about you, Josh?
Honestly, I don't really have it like a favorite. Don't have a favorite food necessarily, but for some reason right now I'm like really digging like a homemade Chipotle style meal. Been digging that lately.
Yo,
That's always
did you see the post? I made like my own Chipotle bowl. Basically, it was a lot of like chicken, vegetables, and like everything.
yeah, that looks really good.
Thank you.
And another one of my
I
favorites
do.
is like I really like Armenian cuisine. Like, so my family is part Armenian, so like we tend to have a lot of dishes that we cook like that are like sort of in that culture. So like lamajun is really cool. It's basically like an Armenian pizza, but it's just like it's a really flat, like a flatbread, and then there's like tomato paste, and then ground beef, and like there's certain peppers and onions and stuff in it. It's really nice. It's pretty similar to like just a classic pizza, but it doesn't have any cheese, and it has other certain like spices in it. And then there's like lamb kebabs, which is really good too. But
That's
Nice.
cool. So how have you guys been balancing out your schedule like since March?
Well, my school went like online like right away. So we pretty much had like a decent school day from like 10 to I guess like 2 in the afternoon. But we got like hour-long breaks in between pretty much every class, so I was able to like get some practice in, do some work during like school times. But ever since the summer started, it's kind of every week's been different because I took part in like some other camps and stuff.
Mm.
So some weeks it was full. Those camps were just running basically from 10 to like 5 in the afternoon. So it's basically like regular school day in
Did you
person.
apply,
But
yeah, did you
sorry, what was
apply
that?
did you apply like before like in March or like during the summer?
Like apply for camps or something?
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did apply. I was actually supposed to go to Tanglewood this summer,
Mm.
but unfortunately got canceled. So
yeah,
I took part. I was able to actually take part in some like folk music camps, stuff that I've been always been interested in, but
Yeah.
never really had the time to go explore. So this quarantine has been pretty good to explore that stuff.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
I saw your Instagram. You were really good at editing you're editing your like videos and like your pictures. There was like that one where like oh there's like five of you, right?
Oh yeah, that was taken for you may know do you know LIU Post Chamber Music Festival?
I think so. I've
You
heard.
may, yeah.
Of
So they obviously didn't have a camp this year, but they had a little event where they had people who've been there just take a picture of themselves in their shirts. So I had about 5 of them, and it just fit perfectly. That 5 of me fit right there, and I could edit it out. So that was a little fun experience. Definitely, this time I've learned to like. Also, another thing I've always wanted to do is like learn how to
Yeah,
edit stuff. So it's been awesome to be able to create like virtual projects with other people, and even myself.
yeah. How long does the editing process usually take for you?
It depends on the project. Like the photo of 5 of me, that took about, say, an hour because I had to learn at the same time how to do it. So I always suggest a side tip, but it's always like just look up. You never know when you need to do something. So
Yeah,
like just look up randomly, like just how to clone yourself or something. So I probably should have done that beforehand instead of trying to look it up as I'm doing it. But that took about an hour to do, and the other video, the one you may have seen it on my Instagram, is the one with I was playing with other people.
yeah.
That one took a good amount of time, at least probably like 3 or 4 hours in total.
Mm.
But the exporting rendering probably took the took the longest.
And
That
you
stuff
also
always
you
is
played
hard.
for Children's Orchestra Society.
Yeah, so the orchestra that I'm part of, COS Children's Orchestra Society, they put together like their gala concert was supposed to take place in May, but fortunately it was canceled. So we first put together the third movement from Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony as our big project, and I was fortunate enough this year to win their discovery competition, which is basically similar to concerto competition. So I
Okay.
was supposed to play Brooks Romance at their gala, but it was canceled. So
Mm.
I was able to record my part and then send it out to them and have all the orchestra members record the orchestral parts, and then we got a professional editor to put everything together. So that was a pretty amazing experience.
That's cool. Did you post that one?
They're on YouTube. So if you look up
Oh,
Children's Orchestra Society, you should be able to find those.
oh yeah,
So
cool,
there's three parts. Yeah.
nice.
John, so I know you made Instagram account to record your practicing for viola. Um, I was wondering like what keeps you motivated to practice and um, how do you stay like consistent?
Yeah, definitely. So like the whole reason I started it in the first place was to keep myself consistent and like practicing on a regular basis and pinpointing things I need to improve. So um, like from the very beginning, it was right after NISA that I started it, and I thought, well, NISA was a place for like huge improvement and growth, so I got to continue this like onward, or else I'm gonna lose sight of what I want to do. So like, um, I mean, at first I think I was probably posting like once a day videos for the 100 days of practice, and then I started realizing like I don't necessarily need to post every day. I can post updates every few days or every week just to like because sometimes a day isn't enough for progress, or you have a day where you like you practice something and then like after an hour it sounds worse than when you started, and that happens to me like probably I don't know, like every 2 or 3 days, like where I'll practice something and then like at the end of it I'm like, wow, I really did nothing. So like on those days I don't really want to like um, post about it. But sometimes, like, I did a video. I think the video I did before today, that was one of those days where it's just like I really am not getting anywhere with this. So I listened back and I was like, the intonation's pretty bad, but I'm gonna post it anyways because like it's still something to like show some progress. So like I guess to keep myself motivated, like I think about what I want people to hear, and then I'll focus on getting it to that point, and I record myself when I practice, even like if I'm not going to post it, I'll still record, and I'll listen to what I need to work on. So like for really fast things, I'll listen to like notes that are off, or like parts where I need to work on like the bow arm, because like my right hand has always been a place for like huge issues lately. So um, that's pretty much just how I've been using it.
That's good.
How has like recording yourself like benefited your practice?
That's yeah, it's huge. Like um, overall, like you can just look and see like what you're doing. Like some even it's important to just watch your movement, because like sometimes I'll be playing and I'll be like that sounded good, and then I'll watch myself play and I'll see like my bow is crooked or something, and I'll think, well, I need to bow like more outwards. So that's like just those tiny details too are really important to like notice. And then also intonation is huge, because like without listening back, sometimes you like, even though like I have pretty good ears, like sometimes I can't exactly hear like ones that are just a little bit off. So I'll listen back and I'll be able to like pinpoint what's going on. So
Josh, did you ever consider making a practice account?
Josh or me?
I have. You said Josh, right?
Yeah.
So we all start with a J. Some.
Wait,
um.
can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. I have considered it, but I think it's never really gotten down to creating one. I think I never I grew up without social media basically through like elementary school and all stuff like that. I got it in high school, so still relatively new to that stuff.
Didn't you get it at camp?
Yeah, I did get it at camp. It was like
I
the third
remember
day of
that.
camp.
Yeah. I think you should definitely consider it. Like even if it's just practicing videos on your like main account, because like I mean I assume you practice pretty regularly. So like really all it is just like adding in an extra what?
Said, well,
I mean
about the
basically
regular practice.
yeah, I would say it normally takes me like an extra maybe 2 minutes to record it and then just another minute to post it. So it's really like it's pretty beneficial in my opinion. And then like I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
motivational.
Yeah, I've definitely found like recording myself, even just if it's audio. So I mean, I've been experimenting with like home recording stuff recently. So
Mm.
I've been like just fooling around recording whatever I'm practicing. So that stuff's been really interesting. We'll put it that way. As you guys may know, right? Recording yourself and then go, what? I did that?
Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
me?
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of like just having a teacher there to like listen to you because whenever I'm at my lesson, I'll play something and then my teacher's just like, wait a minute, that was off. Go play that again slowly. And then and like recording it does the same thing because then I'm the one who's like realizing what I'm doing wrong. So it's pretty useful because like sometimes in practice I'll just blow through something and then forget about going back and practicing it. So it's just like it's helpful, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys take lessons online or in person?
Online. I've been taking them online since basically since March. The last lesson I had in person was the wow, it's over. I think it was like March 9th or something. That was
Wow.
like the last day before everything on like Long Island pretty much just shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But there's definitely been like online versus in person. It's definitely been different. Like online, there's so many things that little details where they just it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
So I found occasionally like recording for your teacher, like the day before or a couple days before, and then sending it to them and have them listen to it, have them send it back has been helpful. So that's one way that I've gotten around the online kind of not really issue, just disadvantages of sound. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, that makes sense. So like for me, I started well taking online lessons and then I switched to in person like maybe I think it was in like June, but that was just and since then my teacher's just like been wiping down our entire studio with Clorox wipes and then we all have to wear masks. So but like I always yeah, I agree with that. Like certain things online it just doesn't go through as well. Like you can't hear clarity of tone because like the microphones aren't that great, especially for me because I was just using like my phone microphone. So
Mm-hmm.
um and then like there's the delay. So like sometimes my teacher would say something I wouldn't hear, so I just keep going.
Right.
and yeah, so like it's not quite as great. And I think for a while I was just unmotivated because like it just wasn't like as beneficial. But ever since like in-person lessons have started again, it's been helpful. And playing with a mask on isn't really that bad. So like in
Yeah.
my opinion, it's worth it.
Yo.
How is it playing with someone else again?
Oh, it's great. And I also started like a quartet that like we play in my teacher's studio. We all distance properly. Like in order to distance well, like we have one person basically like in the hallway, and then
Oh
the
wow.
rest of us are there. And then like my teacher sits closer to me because like the other three students, people aren't like studying with my teacher. So um, like it's just I guess just for like the sake of social distancing. I mean, it works out pretty well, and like, it's just really great because I personally I don't really like after a certain amount of time. like just listening to myself play, it's not really that fun, because like it's just nice to be able to um wait a minute. All right. It's just nice to be like um there with like other people, and like people are just all contributing to the sound. Like it's helpful.
Yeah, I miss playing with people.
Yeah.
I haven't played
Like
with someone since March. It's been quite a while.
yeah, and then
But I
like
guess um I've taken like some like lessons online with people where what works is if they play a drone and you kind of play over it, it's kind of like playing with someone.
true. Now,
Almost.
Josh, I remember like last year, like when I was talking to you, you were like considering doing music as a major. Have you like come to any conclusions with that?
Not yet, but I've really definitely will consider like music, some some degree in music. Definitely like whether don't know if it would be a major yet or minor, but we'll definitely continue studying it because it's been part of me for such a long time. And I guess during this like quarantine, I've really like begun exploring other things as well as like other instruments and just many things that I've always like had interest in. So yeah, we'll
Yeah, it is
consider it.
helpful. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is music like a passion for you guys?
Oh yeah. I mean, like personally, I think that if you think of music as a job, it's not gonna like get you anywhere. Like if you think of it as like some place where you're gonna go, you're gonna make money, and you're gonna come home, like it doesn't really like have that sort of drive to it. So like you just gotta, in my opinion, the way I think about it is like I'm not gonna be getting a job. I'm just gonna be doing what I like, and then there's benefits to it. So it's like it's just a passion for me. Like I think it's cool to be able to spread like positivity and like just important like music and works and stuff to like other people. It's pretty cool, and like I think it has a lot of benefits for society.
Yeah, definitely. I think to kind of echo what John said earlier, just in things, if you have fun in things, pretty much everything will just be there for you. Just kind of have fun.
Yeah.
Instead of if you think about it as like this is I am required to do this, so this is gonna be what I have to do. If I don't do it, then everything's gonna go all over the place. And that's sometimes that works, but most of the time you'll end up kind of a bit lost. But if you always, even if it's something that requires that, but you just have fun, I think that's something I've been trying to do lately. It's just even if it's required that you got to do this, you got to do that, but if you just have fun in it,
Mm.
you'll never know that I'm required to do this. You'll just do it, enjoy it, and then you'll learn a lot too.
For sure. Are you guys gonna be doing like so what are your school years looking like for this coming year?
Um,
I'm online for the first month.
I have like an alternate day thing. So like every other day I go to school, and then it like alternates with like online learning.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be doing so like my school had the option of doing either so there's one schedule where you'd have 2 days in person, then you'd have 2 days online, and then 2 days in person, then 2 days online, and it would kind of alternate like that. And the other option was just all online, and I ended up choosing the all online version just because like I mean I don't really take that many classes anyways. Like it was just like music classes, some fillers, and then practice periods. So it's like it's there's not really that much of a reason to go back for now at least. But I mean, and like my school isn't really having um, any sort of like organized music. Like they people were asking like, what's orchestra going to look like? And they were like, we don't know at this time.
Mm.
And they were like, it'll probably be offered. And I was like, well, okay. So I guess I'll just go online then. So
I think I'm pretty much online for at least so far the first month. So September I will be online, and then my school will assess like things as it goes, and then see if we're going back in October or not.
Mm.
cool.
Yeah, but actually online it's pretty good. You know, we have more time to do our own stuff at home. So
Do you
that
guys
was something that
do you
I
guys
found
prefer
really
the
beneficial.
online setting?
What was that?
Do you guys prefer the online setting more than like in person to learn?
I mean, personally, I prefer in person just because it's like more engaging. And my school, like, said like when quarantine started happening, they just like said teachers just do whatever you want, really. And then they never had any sort of like live stream classes. I had maybe one live stream for
Mm.
like the entire year. After that, it was just like random assignments that the teacher would give, and there was no order to it. So it was just like not useful at all. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely better to be in person, I think. But
Yeah, I I always prefer in-person classes. Just the energy is there. When you're at home, there's days when you're kind of just like, do I really have to get up and walk to my computer, sit down, sit there for like an hour and watch like a video or something? But
right,
in person, that energy, you just miss that the energy of everyone in the room, and it's something I'm looking forward to going back to.
Mm.
yeah, definitely.
But with
So
online, it's at least for my school, they started right away. So we always had a pretty good structure every day of our classes. But at first, it was definitely a big adjustment to get used to going online. That took a good couple weeks. But after that, it was pretty smooth.
Yeah. I think like the problem with my school is it's so huge that like it was really hard to like coordinate everything. I'm sure Marcus's school is pretty big too, but like we have like I think it's something like 25, 2,600 people in like the high school alone.
Oh
So
wow.
first of all, they had to split like our class or our classes in two so that people would be going like half the class would go on the first 2 days, half the class would go on the second two. So
yeah,
like that was one thing. And then yeah, it's just like a huge mess because like there's so many people, so many different questions going on, and like
Mhm.
it was just so hard at first because there's so many teachers that they had to coordinate, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, my school is basically doing that, except that it's like on a day by day basis. So it's like we go to school one day and then the next day we're remote learning, and then it just switches like that. And then it kind of sucks because like I have friends in the same class, but like they have to go to school on a different day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got an alert on my phone that there's a tornado warning in my area.
Yeah. It was thunderstorms this morning for us. I went out east this morning. It was thunderstorming.
I mean it looks pretty sunny outside. I'm just gonna stay in my room for now. But like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
John, I know you've been driving a lot recently, right?
Yeah. So like I think that driving's just really fun to have, especially now because like if you're stuck at home, it really sucks. So like I don't drive to like public places. I just go places where there's like not a lot of people or like I'll see like a few people at a time or like just one person and um like it's just nice to be able to drive around, go places. Like I especially like going to like lakes and nature stuff. I think I went to a lake in Connecticut twice, so I was able to do that for a little while. It was fun, and it's just nice to like get out and not be around a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like even like before quarantine started, like I would be around a lot of people like all the time because things people did were just in big places like going to malls, going shopping and stuff. So like it's just like a new sort of like world that you get to experience now that like you have to see less people.
Yeah. I think it's really great that you get to have the freedom to like go anywhere. And it's
Yeah.
good to like get a breather like from staying at home at all day. And yeah, for me, like I've been looking forward to like some hangouts, like even if it's just like one friend or two, like I'm always looking forward to like just getting out. But I try to keep myself busy at home, try to stay happy, and yeah.
Yeah. And like now that the cases are starting to like settle down a little bit, it's like pretty it's okay to like see people. Like small amounts obviously, like no parties, but like I mean it's just good to be able to see people. And because there was like I think it was from like March 16th to um like May 20th, I didn't see a single other person in my family. So it was just tough because like I was only like talking to people over the phone and it just wasn't like as fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Josh, do you have your learner's permit yet?
No, I don't have it yet. I think because I was busy in like January, February, March, and then was planning on getting it like towards the end of March or like April vacation or something, but obviously wasn't
Yeah.
able to. So I guess my source to outdoors has just been running. Been doing trying to run every day. It's a good way to like to kind of clear my mind or just let me just think about anything.
have
Yeah.
you guys ever done like biking around places? Like, cause what I've always been a big fan of like biking around towns or like going to lakes and biking around there. And like, I think, yeah, 2 summers ago, I did a trip, like, I think it was like 70 miles
Oh wow.
across down to Oneida Lake from like Amsterdam. So it was pretty cool to just like be able to get out and see a lot of things all at once. So like, you guys ever like tried doing like biking around like certain places? And
I
I've only
used to
done,
bike a lot when I was like younger, like little, but I eventually outgrew the bike, so don't actually have a bike that fits me right now.
yeah,
I actually did consider doing some biking, but I found out that the bike was too small.
yeah, for me, I just bike around my neighborhood, like wherever my friends are, like
Mhm.
elementary school, stuff like that. Nothing too major.
Yeah.
Uh, well, how is like doing like these types of like exercise activities like helped? I guess like music or anything. Has that helped you guys?
Yeah. So like for me, like the whole biking thing, like there was the only thing I was doing to get out of the house for a while. So I was going like every single day doing a 12-mile ride because like I had nothing better to do. So I would just like I would go to well, I would go like there's this lake near my house called Ballston Lake, and I would just go around it every single day. And I mean, I was in shape, not as much anymore, but I was in pretty good shape. So like it was just helpful to get out and see certain things, and like just realize that like not everything's changed, like things are still there. And it was just refreshing to just get out and do things. And yeah, it's just carried out for that like that too. And I was doing mountain biking too.
Hmm.
And like what for mountain biking you just like drive to a trail and then you bike. So like I did that a bunch of times. I broke my bike 4 times, and I was so frustrated by like the third and fourth times that I was just considering selling my bike and just never doing it again. So it was actually helpful because I learned how to fix a lot of things and like just it was good because I didn't want to spend a ton of money to have them like fix it for me. So I was like, give me the parts, I'll do it myself. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, biking like has like improved my like social like health mostly. I've been like looking forward to biking all the way to elementary school and see my friends, and it's just nice to um just talk with them and in person instead of online and texting stuff like that. Um, yeah, and also for me, I've been doing a lot of dance recently, so um, that's usually my workout. Honestly, I dance pretty hard. So the type of dance I do is freestyle dance. It's like type of dance where you get to express yourself, and there's not really any choreography like associated with it. It's mostly um, like you use like a certain like style or like certain moves to make your dance like look cool, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, dance has been pretty fun for me over quarantine. I started dancing in middle school. I started taking dance lessons in middle school, and it has expanded, and it's just really good to like see the improvement, you know? Like
yeah.
I put like those like Thursday throwbacks, stuff like that sometimes. Even though they're like baby pictures sometimes. But yeah, it's
I I
yeah.
remember at Nissa for like the dance. I remember there was this one song playing, and then like everyone was just telling you to dance, and I was like, all right, cool. So then you started dancing. I was like, this kid has some training, and I was like, huh,
Wait, which one?
what?
Which like when was this? I
This was
This
forgot.
was at Nissa.
the first week with the other program that was there at that time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
I
Yeah.
think we were around like it was like Billy who was egging you on, trying to get you to do some dancing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember like doing like any dance like I actually don't remember that.
yeah, you were doing song, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I remember from that is just everyone fighting over that speaker.
yeah. Didn't we? They put like, what did they put on? It
Like
was
Shasti 5 or something?
Josti five, or maybe it was something like that,
Yeah.
or Strauss, maybe.
Yeah.
It was, and then the dance kids would get so mad they'd start like screaming and then like running to the thing, and then we'd just be sitting there laughing about it.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like they took it so seriously, and we were just there like, ooh,
Yeah. Those are good times.
yeah.
Are you guys excited for school?
Sort of. Some classes, yes. Some classes, no.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it'll be good to get back into a schedule. I mean, I've been waking up around like 7 every morning just to like keep that going. At first, I was waking up at like 9:30, so pretty big change. But like, yeah, I waned into it. Like, I went from 9:30 to 8:30, then to 8, then to 7:30, then to 7, so that like I could not be dead for like 3 days. But um, so I think it'll be just good to have some sort of schedule and keeping me like um I don't know, just like motivated for stuff. So
Yeah, I gotta fix my sleep schedule. It's all over the place.
yeah. At first I was going to bed at like 2 a.m. and waking up at like 9 something. So it's over time it just changed to me going to bed at like 10:30 now because I just get tired every night.
Hmm.
And I mean it's not really a bad thing, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, I gotta work up to go to sleep earlier, and then to get up earlier. Go to sleep at like like 1 and get up at like 10.
Yeah.
It's
Do you remember that day where I don't know if Marcus did this, but Josh, you stayed up all night at Nissa?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
that was that was a bad idea.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about it the day before, and I was like, these guys are gonna die. So
Yeah.
Josh, why did you do that?
Well, it was well one of the reasons with was with I think if you remember Sam.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that was one night, and then
Yeah.
one other time was just we just thought why not just do
Wait,
it.
you did it twice?
I think well I we were gonna do it twice, but then I fell asleep.
Yeah,
Someone else did it. I think Julian did it.
Yeah, I think he did.
I fell asleep like right away.
yeah. I remember Julian just sleeping all the time. Like even on the days where he didn't do those things, he would just sleep all the time.
Yeah, that remember him like that dragon during the chike
Yeah.
got into that. Yeah, that was pretty scary to watch at times.
Yeah.
I've never seen it so serious like that.
Right.
I also remember Nissa, you guys did the busking and what was that place? The
St. George
Lake
or Lake George.
Lake George.
Yeah, Lake George. Yeah. Are you guys like considering doing a busking like next, I don't know, like soon or something like that?
So what I was doing like right after Nissa is I was busking probably twice or three times a week because it was just a lot of fun. I had never done it before, so like when Josh and I were playing, it was just like really fun to just have like we didn't have to worry about what people were thinking. We just play whatever
Yeah.
and like I remember we'd just be like I'd be like, do you want to do this? And you're like, sure, why not? So like even if like we sounded really bad or something or we messed up, like we just kept going and laughed it off. It's just like fun to do and not have to worry about things. So and then at the same time, I think we made like $86 total.
Yeah, something like that.
So we just walked out of it with money and like that's how it's been. Like I used to go in Saratoga too. Um, you guys remember Saratoga going on like Broadway Street. So like I would go there after Nissa a few times. I remember going there for like 4 hours one day, and I almost made $100 that day. So it's pretty solid.
That's
Yeah, I haven't done any busking since then because it's kind of hard out here
Yeah,
on
Mhm.
Long Island and then in the city. Actually, I had one experience when I was younger. There's this violinist who plays a lot in the subway, and I happened to have my instrument with me that day. So this was like back when I was in like seventh or eighth grade. That was like my first ever, you can call it busking experience. So I played what did I play? I think I played Meditation with him. Made $2. One peso.
wow.
And it was, it's quite an experience. It was like really that was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think just playing for the enjoyment, like playing for enjoyment is it's like a really amazing experience compared to when you're playing because you have to.
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
You guys deal with frustration when practicing?
Oh, you
Yeah,
should see my videos and when I have to do like recordings for projects. They're funny. I
yeah,
should I should make like a blooper reel someday. I was talking with this with one of my friends. Like just make a blooper reel. I've actually yeah. So I get pretty frustrated during recordings, but I think I've gotten more used to preparing better. So that's slowly coming along.
yeah. Um, yeah, like I used to get pretty angry. Like if I like, sometimes I'd be stuck on something and then I'd get really mad and then I'd like, I'd like go over to the wall and like hit it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I like punch my seat sometimes.
I mean, yeah, it just happens, and sometimes like yeah, and you'll just yell at the music like, why is there a C sharp there and not a C natural? I don't get it. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've probably gotten better with that lately because like I think the peak of it was when I didn't quite have like the instrument that I wanted. Like it wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do, and like I didn't like how I was sounding. So there was that, and then it was also like when I was really like practicing just way too much. Like in my opinion, there is a spot point where you like practice too much and it's just overbearing. Like more than like 3 hours a day is just too much. So
Yeah, I think for me, another thing to like kind of save me from getting frustrated is like just picking up other instruments. So that's something I've been doing recently. Just kind of pick up brand new instruments I got around the house and try to learn something on them. So that's actually helped a lot with like kind of taking my mind away from, oh, I make this mistake, made that mistake. Why is that in the music? Just kind of let that go and then come back to it and then wow, that's like 5 times easier to play now.
yeah, true. Exactly. Like
Yeah.
some
Yeah, for me, like when I get frustrated, like I feel like I got better at this. Like I just put down my instrument and then I just take a deep breath and then like I do another activity just to like help me relieve my stress. Like whether it be like dancing or just like reading a book. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like during quarantine, like I'm getting better at like listening to myself and my body and just knowing when to take a break and like make time for myself to relax, you know?
yeah, definitely. And just like I agree with that. It's just good to put down the instrument and just like clear your mind for a while. Like for me, sometimes if I get really mad, I'll just not play for the rest of the day because it's just like I'm not going to achieve anything if I'm in this mood. So like or sometimes it's like I'll get a little frustrated, so I'll put it down and come back maybe 10 minutes later and I'll be like, well that did something. So like
Yeah, sometimes the breaks are always underestimated.
yeah. Like doing anything while you're angry, it just takes away from like everything you know. Like playing an instrument personally, I think that it just makes your technique more stiff and like tense and it just like takes away from it. And like I found even like sometimes playing like video games, it's like I'll get really mad and then I'll play like really terribly and then I'll end up like costing myself like a ton of time and like getting nothing achieved. So I mean it just happens, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's really important to like accept like whatever happens. Like don't blame yourself too much for like being unproductive on some days because like you said, it happens to everyone. And yeah, I just think it's just accept it. Like it's okay. It's okay to feel like unproductive at days. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's totally true. I think also something that I like kind of struggled with at the beginning of quarantine was like going for like perfection in like making recordings for projects and stuff like that. So that I would kind of try to make every single thing perfect, and that like cost me tons of time. And eventually, I kind of learned that there's always things you can do in the preparation steps that can make things much easier. But also, I kind of think of these recordings as kind of like a memory, almost like, hey, this time in May I was here, but now in August, like I'm here.
Mm.
So I've kind of
Yeah.
slowly like kind of built that into my system where obviously you want to put out the give out the best that you have, but yeah, just accept like play to no out of tune.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, it was just today, maybe it was today that you played that attitude.
like
But
personally, like I've never been a perfectionist, and like certain times that's cost me things. Like I'll practice and I'll think good enough, so I'll move on, right? So like sometimes it's a good attitude to have. Like certain times it's just this little thing that you can get to later and it'll be fine. But like other times it's a huge issue and you're just like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm gonna move on. So it's I think it's just finding a balance. And like over time I've like the practice account has helped that a lot. Like I'll notice something that I need to fix and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I'm not gonna just blow it off. So definitely like that makes sense.
how is like so you guys run like your practice accounts or arts accounts? How is like the aspect of kind of journaling helped you guys? Like kind of noticing your what you did and then writing that down
Yeah.
as a
So like I think it's just like just like having the ability to share something that you enjoy or like you're passionate about and like share your progress and track it is really like rewarding. So when I reached the 100 days on my practice account, I went back and I posted um videos from like one, and then I did like three, and then I did like 10, and then I just moved on and like broke down exactly like what had changed and what I noticed. And it was just really beneficial to improving. Like I noticed that having the account was just simply that whole aspect was crucial for my improvement. Like it was just it was weird to see how much it really did help. So that was for me, that's what happened.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Ron. For me, like journaling like has been like the motivation for me, and it's like it gives me like a good feeling because I know like I accomplished something, and like it's just interesting to see like how I'm changing through the account, and like how I'm noticing like ways to improve, ways to like yeah, ways to improve, and like stuff I'm doing well at. And yeah, it's quite a journey.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I've always tried to journal, but sometimes I forget to. But
Yeah,
I
and
always
like
try to make a list of things I want to accomplish that practice session or that day or something.
yeah, and like I've always been really bad at being consistent. Like before I started my practice account before NISA, like I would practice like sometimes I would never have a schedule. I would just here and there, like just whenever I felt like it. And then when I started doing the practice account, I was like, well, now I'm gonna have a schedule. So it helped me organize things. And like when quarantine happened, like I slipped back into having that like attitude of like I'll do it sometime, not now. So it's like it helped with that a lot. And I'm starting to get back into the schedule of like practicing daily. It's yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think we all maybe like lost a sense of time like during quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were days where like I was like, wait, this is a weekday? Feels like a weekend.
Right. And I think there were probably times where where I like didn't practice for a week, and it was just like I don't know why it happened. It was just weird.
Yeah, like time kind of is frozen. It's
Yeah,
like, wow, we couldn't buy.
right.
Okay, so one last question for you guys. When this whole pandemic is over, what is one thing you'd like to do?
Um,
Ooh,
well, I mean, the big thing would be playing in an orchestra, definitely. Um, I really want to like travel again. I like before quarantine or way before quarantine, like 2 summers ago, I went to Montreal, and I've always wanted to go back because I really enjoyed it there.
Yeah,
So
I've been there too. In Canada, it's really Nice.
Yeah, I really like it there because it's not like a typical city where like it's so crowded and like just uptight. It's just like laid back and it's just open and it's not really like a stressful place to be. So I liked it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing with other people again. It's gonna be quite interesting, but should be definitely be like an amazing experience to hear like that response from another person to your playing and you respond to their playing and yeah, that whole cycle.
Right.
Yeah. For me, like I always wanted to travel to Japan. I've been there before, and it's really nice. Like the food, the people, just like everything in general. Yeah.
Yeah, travel something that I'm looking forward to maybe doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so to conclude, I want to say thank you to John and Joshua for your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yeah, thank you. It
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Yeah, this is amazing.